Good day to our instructor and to my panelist for today's defend, Mrs. Victoria Mortola. This is my chapter 1 research entitled The Level of Satisfaction of Gcash as Perceived by the College Students Users in Talisay City College. For the overview of my study, first we will have the rationale and background of the study, review of related literature, other related studies, significance of the study, definition of terms, and methodology scope and limitation of the study. So, for rationale and background of the study, customer satisfaction is one of the key factors that can determine if an application is succeeding in providing the best quality of service to its users. The satisfactory rate of an application will always rely on its customer service and ease of transaction. In order to get an accurate data, the satisfactory of Gcash, the researcher decided to examine the customer satisfaction of the said application through these bases. We are now in the 21st century where the environment is full of advancement in terms of technology, where there are several cash transfer application are getting out in the market, especially when transacting cashes for buying, selling, and negotiating. Um, the customer satisfaction of this said application will base through these. First is recommendation from the users of the application. If the application is worth it to install and use. And second is overall rating from experienced users. If the application is not hassle and give the expected satisfaction of the users. Then the third is users rating on the application ease of access. If the application is convenient and easy to utilize or to use. The researcher aims to properly measure the satisfactory rate of Gcash through analyzing the data gathered from BSHM students or Bachelor of Science major in Hospitality Management students of Talisay City College who are using the application right now. This study can benefit individuals who are skeptic in choosing what cash transfer application is best suited for them because the data will be gathered for the study is coming from the user themselves. So, the researcher gathered the data from BSHM student of TCC who are currently using the app via online through Google Forms. The edge of this study over other study is that no one was able to capitalize on customer satisfaction as the basis for branding the service that Gcash is practicing. More than that, the researcher seeks proof that customer satisfaction rating can influence non-users' perception on the application. Next is for the review of related literature. This RRL I get is one of the closest and in line in my topic. In the introduction of digital money application in the Philippines, inquiries about their satisfaction have risen. People have raised concerns on whether their user data is secured and safe. In a study by Peter Tubin titled Adoption of Mobile Money Transfer Technology, Structural Equation modeling approach way back on 2011, the rise of mobile money transfer application in their ease of usage and convenience did not stop their customer from reserving judgmental on their mobiles, reliability on the transaction. Therefore, consumers are aware of the risk involved in this kind of new mode of money transaction. Because consumer have aware of the risk, they need to assured by the technology, and this study may help consumers to look for a certain qualities of new technology so that they may be at ease when using it. So just like Gcash, the application on its first release, people or consumers were hesitated or doubtful, because the consumer, they know the risk, because the money is involved there, so it might be scam or it might be hoax. So there are a lot of criticism at first on the release of Gcash as well. So next is other studies. So in my other studies, I made there a theatrical framework, and this includes the following. First is the technology acceptance model by Davis F. Bagazi and R and Masho P. Second is expectancy theory by Montana P.J. and Charnob B.H. and marketing orientation by Amalia P., Tunor P., and Olympia O. And customer satisfaction by Shivano E. and Dygard J. For the theoretical background, first is the customer satisfaction. Well, according to Chevalino and De Larga on 2007, satisfaction is the overall assessment of a service performance or utilization. The customer perception is associated with his or her experience upon utilizing the service. This can help the business improve their service or product to better cultivate customer loyalty and referrals, as said by Frisch on 2006. Every knowledgeable business owners and competent executive should know these values in order for them the business to grow in the long run. In 2017, entrepreneur Hitesh Bahin mentioned 5 levels in customer satisfaction, namely, Level 1. Level 1 customer signifies a customer which is not satisfied with the company. Level 2 to 4. Most companies fall under this level, for this is the average level of customer satisfaction. In this instance, the customer might be happy with the brand, but he might be not be loyal on the brand. So to wrap this on the theoretical background, the customer satisfaction is significant. It is vital in a way that the customer satisfaction play a big role in terms of business, as it is very important to know if the customer is satisfied, if the customer is not that satisfied, if the customer is not really like the performance of the service, and especially on the application that you are going to imply. Level 5. This level of customer satisfaction signifies the customers who are highly satisfied. The next is marketing orientation. This theory states that to be successful, businesses should determine what the customers need and want. Expectancy theory. This theory is also known as the theory of motivation. proposes that a person will behave in a certain way for they are motivated to choose a certain behavior because of what they believe the result will come from that behavior. Next is the technology acceptance model. The term is an information system theory that shows how users come to accept and use a technology. So overall, the theory itself shows the level of effectiveness of the satisfactory of the customers, and also the adaptation of the technology in the modern technology and in a modern way of the environment and in the surrounding. Next is the statement of the problem. The purpose of the study is to get the data regarding the customer satisfaction of Gcash with the help of TCC BSHM students, specifically students from first year to fourth year. The study aims to answer the following questions. 1. What are the level of customer satisfaction? 2. How is customer satisfaction a vital part in the branding of an application? Third, what can affect the users' customer satisfaction? Number 4, how can Gcash improve its customer satisfaction with the help of its users? Next is the significance of the study. This study can benefit the following individuals and entities. Cash transfer of users. This can give them an assurance of whether the service that Gcash is providing might be good or bad. Next is future users of Gcash. This can give users and decide on which cash transfer can satisfy their needs based on the satisfactory rate of Gcash. Next is the future researchers. It can give prior knowledge on the satisfactory rate of Gcash, and it can become a reference for potential or clueless Gcash users. Competitors and rivals. It can give them an incentive in providing services better. Next is overseas Filipino workers. It can give them another assurance that Gcash is satisfying their standard for quality service of cash application transfer with the help of customers' rating. Students. It can help them choose which cash transfer application is best in making transaction, especially when paying bills and tuition. Gcash loading partners. It can help them on making decision, especially whether or not they would still allow Gcash to be their business partner. So next is the definition of terms. So these terms are in line and vital in my study. First is accurate. Accurate is free from error, especially as the result of care. Next is application. It describes an action in the study to put into operation. Next is technology. It is used in the study as an effective medium of business promotion. Fourth is skeptic. Not easily convinced, having doubts or reservation. Freelancers. A person who pursues a profession without a long-term commitment to any one employer. Satisfaction. Fulfillment of one's wishes, expectation or needs, or the pleasure derived from this. Transaction. An instance of buying or selling something. A business deal. Branding. The promotion of a particular product or company by means of advertising and distinctive design. Perception. The state of being or process of becoming aware of something through the senses. Subjective. based or on influenced by personal feelings, taste, or opinions. Next is research method. In research method, I indicated there the research environment, the research participants, the research instrument, the research procedure, and the research tool. So research method, I use the descriptive quantitative method, and it was used in the study to determine the level of satisfaction from Gcash as perceived by the BSHM students of TCC. In order to satisfy the objective of the study, purposive sampling method was used, in which researchers were using survey questionnaires through Google Forms via online that contained questions helping the respondents in assessing their opinions on the digital application. For the research environment, the researcher was conducted on the grounds of Talisay City College. The survey questionnaires will be given online, as it will be in Google Forms to the respondents by the researchers. Next is research participants. The researcher used purposive sampling in gathering its respondents from students of BSHM students of TCC, which focuses on respondents that have background knowledge on experiencing on Gcash. To specify it, I received a 30 respondent from the TCC BSHM from first year to fourth year students. Next is research instrument. From the respondents collected the purposive sampling method, the researcher used a survey questionnaire, Google Forms via online, that contains questions that have respondents assess the digital apps in question. Next is research procedure. The gathering of data. As the gathering of data begins, the researcher will conduct a survey on the students so that the population can be separated between those that are experienced and those have no experience. Treatment of data. The data gathered will be given a numerical value, which will be used to interpret the data into statistical form based on the numbers from the raw data. Next is research tool. The researchers will be using the customer satisfaction scale and the net promoter scale in the survey questionnaire, Google Forms via online. In the net promoter scale metrics, ratings from 1 to 6 are considered detractors, 7 to 8 passives, while 9 to 10 are promoters. Upon calculating the NPS score, negative scores signifies a non-promoting consumers, while a positive score signifies active consumers who are promotes the products or services. To wrap it up, I conducted this study to know the level of effectiveness of Gcash to BSHM students of Talisay City College of using this application of non-experienced and experienced students of Talisay City College.